Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Catherine. Welcome back. I'm wearing Seattle, Washington Space Needle shirt. I have an entire thing there on my back. I just went there and it was amazing, and I want to brag that I spent $40 on this stupid sweatshirt. As you saw from the title of this video, we're gonna be talking, well, I'm gonna be talking, you're gonna be listening, about the things that I love in books. And I feel like I have not been really vocal about things that I love because, well, I'm just finding out what I love, what the things that I love in books. That's why I read such a variety of books still, because I don't really know what my tastes are and I want to find out. And I looked at my favorite books of all time. That's why this shelf is pretty empty. Yeah, I thought I will start this like mini series of things that I love in books and the things that I do not care for in books at all, that I hate. So if you guys watch this video and you have some book recommendation coming up in your head, please let me know in the comments down below, you know, if you like the same thing. So the first thing that I love, I wrote big idea, things to say, and importance. I think the message of the book is one of the biggest and important things to me when I am reading the book. If the book has something valuable to say, if it has to teach me a lesson, if it has something mind-blowing, something different, I love that a lot. And I love when it's done well. You know, some books you pick up because of the idea, because everything you have as a premise, and sometimes it's not fulfilled. But I loved when the big idea, the big premise is awesomely done. For example, any of Mitch Albom books, but I honestly think For One More Day, Have a Little Faith, and The Five People You Meet in Heaven, these are books that have great things to say about how to love your family, how to love yourself and God, and what you do to people, how you affect people. Those are really, really important, you know, topics and ideas to discuss, and they are done amazingly well. The Tattoos of Auschwitz, amazing idea of Jews surviving Holocaust. And it's a great broad topic, but the idea of the survival and the love people still can experience, and it was beautifully done. Then Inside Out and Back Again, a very important book that talks about, you know, Vietnamese War and immigration to United States and adaptation to United States, and all in young age. And I thought this is just wonderful, heartbreaking story that has a lot to say. And of course, the most famous one, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I cannot think of the book that said the most, that influenced the most, that just created the most amazing story that can be relevant for days and years and decades to come. And this is a big idea with a big importance, and this book has a lot of things to say, and it said it awesomely well. So yes, love that. If you guys love great idea, great discussions, something that feels that you read of importance, highly recommend these books. The second thing that I love in books is determined characters that know what they want. I don't care if it's bad character or if it's good character. I do not care what kind of person, but your thought process and your attention say a lot about you. And when I'm in somebody's head, especially when it's written from the first person, I really want to know what you want from life. I want to know your goals and determinations, and I want to know what you're all about. And I love reading from the characters who know exactly what they want and they go in for the thing. The books that I recommend for this category is The Man Called Ove, about this old guy who lived his whole life not really knowing what to do, but now he's such a unique character that knows exactly what he wants. And yeah, he doesn't really get it in the end, but his determination and his intentions is phenomenal, and I am really highly inspired reading this book. As well as It Ends With Us by Colin Hoover, a romance, but about the characters who all are really successful, determined, and they all know exactly what they want, and from the career, from the relationship, and it just works. Sometimes it read a little bit unbelievable, but I still really enjoyed the characters. One of my favorite new books is The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. Amazing character work. Lily is one of my new all-time favorite characters of all time. her intentions and things that she did, knowing exactly what her consequences could be, well, knowing exactly what could have gone wrong, and still avoiding all of that influence in people's lives, and what she does with her power of just knowledge is amazing. I love her. Amazing, amazing, amazing book. Love it. Highly recommend. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is awesome. If you want to have a good introduction to mystery thriller, highly recommend this one. It's so good. The main character Pip is just so well crafted in this book. She knows her purpose and she will go for it, and she will sacrifice and she will take risks to gain what she wants, and she will get other people on board to help her because of just the idea that she has, and she's not gonna give up, and I love that about her. I do not love like perfect characters that do not scared of anything. No, I love when characters are scared, that they're aware of what trouble they can get into, but they're still pursuing what they really believe in. I just love that. One of the best books with the best characters that I've ever read, and a lot of people really do not get it, but You by Caroline Kepnes was amazing work of character development, in my opinion. Okay, Let Alone Joe was one of the kind that you really, I bet, never read from before. I've never read anything like Joe, and his character was phenomenal. Yes, he made like wrong choices, but he knew exactly what he wants, and he was going for it no matter what. Yes, maybe he's been a psychopath, but he knows what he wants and he's gonna go for it, and it just inspires me, you know? It's so inspiring to read from characters who know exactly what they want. It was awesome. So if you love great character work, I highly recommend you check out any of these ones. The third thing that I love is raw emotion. When I say raw emotion, I mean both emotions that the characters experience, what they going through. The author is not scared to put their characters through hell, and as well as getting raw emotion and ugly emotion from me. I love the book that makes me cry. I love the book that makes me happy. I love the book that makes me jealous, that makes me excited, that makes me passionate about something, that inspires me to do something. Like, I love the book just feeding me emotion and draining it out of me. One of those books is being The Invisible Life of Ivana Sayenka by Scott Stambach. I love this character, and I love what kind of crap he's going through. Even at a young age, he experienced so much, and trust me, at the end of this book, you're gonna be in love with him and just feel so much emotion for him, because he's giving you, in describing you, all of the emotion that he's going through. It's amazing. You're gonna be messed up, I promise you that. As well as Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. Again, Mitch Albom creates amazing emotion from the characters. He doesn't really write a lot of happy stuff, but a lot of suffering and stuff, and this is a true story about this guy Morrie who has been diagnosed with a deadly disease, and he's just pretty much dying. Yes, you will freaking cry throughout this book, and you will be, you know, emotionally broken apart, but at the same time, it teaches you so much. Again, talking about importance, this is important, of course, but as well as there's so much raw emotion, and yeah, it's not pretty. I mean, any of the historical fiction will do that for you. Historical fiction is based on struggles of people in the past. That's how I describe it. I'm gonna include this one as well. It's about the people who were going through so much crap during World War II usually, and other wars, that is just breaking you apart and making you realize how lucky you are and how much you should really appreciate your life. But while you're reading these books, they're gonna break you and they're gonna haunt you, and I love that for me. I love that. That's why I read historical fiction. I love struggle. And The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I wouldn't say that this book gives you a lot of raw emotion or brings something out of you, but the main character is real and perfect, and I love that. I love loss. Again, as I said, I love raw emotions when characters really go through uncomfortable, horrible times. And a lot of people do not love unlikable characters. They cannot like connect with them because I guess people think that they're perfect, whatever. I love the story being complicated. I love people being complicated. I love lives to be complicated. Raw emotion is A+ for me. Then comes one of my favorite things in books, and this is family dynamics, family relations, whatever you want to call it. Family. I want to mention that I have not mentioned Stephen King before, but he can fall in any of these categories and he will win first prize. I do not think that Stephen King is lacking big ideas, because he has amazing ideas. He has great books of importance. He has determined characters. He has amazing character work. He is showing a lot of raw emotion, but I think what he does awesome, that I really enjoy in his books the most, is family dynamics. Yeah, you'll be like, really? Shining family dynamics? But I do. The relationship between Jack and his wife and his son, and you know, his son to his mom, and all of that being in their heads separately, and what they think about their family member is fantastic. It's fascinating. I want to know what their relationship is. I want to know how it's working. And it's probably because I'm married myself and I'm trying to figure out how it's supposed to work, and I love reading about it. The Pet Sematary, one of the best books that talks about losing a family member and grief and family dynamics and family relations shift. And it's just amazing work what he does. It's not happy books, don't get me wrong, but he does it amazingly well. I also love family dynamics is The Wife Between Us. Yes, I didn't give it 5 stars, but it got so high on my rating list because of what their dynamics were, what the situation between wife and husband were. And I'm not telling you it's great situation, it's good what they've been through. I'm saying what the experience like and how it was different from what I know. I loved it. It was good. I believed that they were married. This is what I'm talking about. I believed that this had happened, because unless I believe in it, I cannot feel for them. Going to repeat myself again, but The Hate You Give is one of the best family relations that I ever read. Every member of this family is so vivid in my imagination, and I never wanted to be part of any family as much as I wanted to be part of this. Her dad, her mom, the way they communicate in front of kids and just love each other is so dearing to my heart, being like, I wanted this. I loved it so much. It was amazing. Please read this. For One More Day. Awesome family dynamics between mom and the son. And this was one of the first books that I read that I loved, just the relationship between him and his mom and how it touched him so much, you know, seeing her again. And I'm like, I want to read more of family stuff. And if family dynamics is all you need, check out these authors, check out these books. They're great. And the last thing that I love in books, and I wish authors would do more of it, and I really need your book recommendations for me in this one, is what if trope. I love when authors are ready to get out of the box, ready to get out of the like normal life situations and put characters through crazy stuff and say, what if? What if we lived in the world where everything is perfect and everything is decided for you and you don't get to have children, but instead they're assigned to you, and your jobs, you don't get to choose them, they're assigned to you. What if? What if there's something out there, when people see it, they go insane, they kill everybody around them and kill themselves? What if you couldn't see outside anymore? What would you do? What if there was a phone call from heaven, and what if it happened that your beloved ones who passed away contacted you? What would you do? What would the world do? Big idea is great, and important things to say is great, but also I think it's fun to explore new ideas and propose something crazy that's never been discovered before, even though it wouldn't be like really important, like Bird Box. What importance will that give? Pretty much none. It's just like a breath of fresh air, you know? So there you go, guys. This is my favorite things I love in books. I would like to see more of this in books. I would love every single book be filled with everything. Again, share in the comments down below what your favorite tropes or things in books are. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye!